Talk about how to find private pay clients online. So your ideal private pay clients are already searching for you. The problem is that most cases, if they can't find you online, they're gonna go with someone else. Now, here's how to fix that. So one main problem that we experienced when we were starting our private practice was that simply having a website or posting on social media is not enough to attract private pay clients, right? And it's because in a lot of cases, private pay clients don't just like stumble on your website. If your site isn't really showing up in Google searches, it's practically invisible. And also, like if you're posting on like social media without a strategy, it's just not going to bring in bookings, right? Like likes and comments don't pay the bills. And like at first, we knew that, but like it's very easy to kind of get lost in the sauce when you're first starting because it feels cool to like post. Maybe having people in your local area, they're like, "Oh, I saw your post. Hey, it's really great," and just not bringing anything in, right? Another thing, sometimes that clients just didn't trust us that much. It's like they kind of knew we existed, but they by the time they get to the consultation call, they just weren't really ready to pull the trigger and pay. And like it's one thing if you're gonna have like insurance-based clients, but when you're starting to get private pay clients that have to take the money out of their pocket, they have to trust you actually know what you're doing. Now, the good news is that you don't need a massive following or paying 500, 1,000, $2,000 a month for paid ads to get private pay clients online. You just need to be in the right places and be as visible as possible. We'll show you how to do that in a couple minutes. So, number one, so three different solutions we have to get found by online private pay clients. So, number one, SEO optimized websites. So, number one, you have to make your site searchable. Now, if someone types in therapist for anxiety and, insert your city, like, will they find you? If not, you're missing out on actively like hungry clients that are looking for therapy. So here's how to fix. So number one, you need to learn how to use the location-based keywords. So your website should message or should mention your specialty and your location. So anxiety therapist in Denver, or let's say in or anxiety therapist in Manhattan, or how to get over anxiety in New York, or how to do XYZ anxiety plus location, right? And making it in different like spots on your website as well as different parts inside your blog post, utilizing those keyword phrases as many times as possible. Now, next, you have to start creating a blog on that website that starts answering those questions. So, for example, people are searching how to know if you need therapy for anxiety. So, you need to be able to kind of show up whenever someone's typing those into either Google or even YouTube in a lot of cases. And for example, on my we'll say for example my YouTube channel, I am almost every title that I have for one of these videos is something that someone is searching up. So all I have to do is just put up, anywhere between like 300 to 500 videos just like this, and people like yourself are going to find it over and over and over again, right? It's the same thing that we learn inside of our private therapy practice. Now, next thing, I would also be claiming and optimizing your Google business profile. So this actually helps you show up in local searches when people are looking for like therapists near them, they're going on like the map. Now, the reason why it's cool is because they could be thinking in terms of like someone else, or be they just looking for a broad search. And if your search engine optimization is strong on your website and your blog posts are there, it's going to cause Google to show you up higher in terms of those map search results and actually put you as one of the preferred providers that Google's recommending. Awesome. So it all works together, like when it comes to like search engine optimization. Now, the second thing is going to be creating a strong social media presence by learning to stay visible where clients spend their time. Now, this is a little bit different because a lot of times, like your private pay clients are going to be scrolling through Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Facebook, but they probably are not seeing your existing content. So the difference is that on your website, you want to be able to have the searches that people are searching pop up with your name and like your image. But on social media, you want people that are doing something else to be able to see your content within like 3 to 5 seconds and get hooked on it and actually want to know, either read what you're saying or watch what you're saying. So, number one, you have to pick one or two platforms and start show up very consistently. Now, one thing I see a lot of people struggle with is like, there's people online that are like, you have to be on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, and like every single social media platform. that's going to lead you to burnout because every platform takes slightly different types of content. It takes a little bit different, like to optimize it. And within it, there's just so many different, like moving pieces with it, right? So stick with like one or two, like maximum two. Get good at understanding it in order to really like, like know how to put something out that will get the most views, the most comments, the most likes, which will then start leading to you building an audience. Now, inside of like, let's say it's either video content, written content, whatever kind of content you want to make, right? You need to start educating, not just promoting. So the level zero is someone that doesn't have any posts. Level one is someone that has a Facebook business page. Level two is someone that has a Facebook business page, but like maybe they start posting content, but all their content is sign up for my sessions, click the link to go book a call with me for my sessions. There's not much value. It's just I'm here, give me money. The step above that is going to be you when you're making helpful content that starts getting people to, interact with you, like you, follow you, and then book a call when they're ready. The step above that is when you can actually start a movement or get a group of people that actually really like love what you do. They resonate with the message. They send their friends to you. They basically just like start helping you and supporting you, and like you're just able to grow like that, right? That's the top level. Now, when you're able to do that, it's so effective because then you don't have to feel like you're marketing all the time. Instead, you're just educating. You're basically just doing therapy without necessarily having to always be sitting in front of a person. And you're doing it at such a massive scale that you're always it's like you start becoming above money. I like to say that's how I kind of think about like all this social media stuff is in the beginning, when we don't have a lot of like clients, like we're like, oh my gosh, I need to get clients, I need to get clients, I need to sell, I need to be a good promoter, et cetera, et cetera. But there comes a point to where you have so much traction in your social media that you start feeling okay with helping people that may never end up working with you, and then just helping people kind of, make small changes in their lives that really help, right? That's one reason why I started my YouTube channel, right? Because it's like I can put out content. People can work with me in my mentorship program if they want, or if they don't, they just can utilize some of the stuff we talk about and grow their business. It doesn't even matter because financially I'm good, right? Now, next thing is I would start using video content. So like you could just do written posts, and like if you're good at written posts, then it can really work. It's just the barometer of skill is it's easier to get results with videos than it is to get with written posts because of the number of written posts that are out there. If you aren't able to really infuse your personality inside the stuff that you write about, you're not going to be able to get people to want to support you. But with videos, you could be a 3 out of 10 in terms of videos and get to 5K per month. You could be a 5 or 6 out of 10 and get to, 10K or 15 or 20K per month inside your business. But with writing, if you're like a 3 out of 10 in writing, you're probably gonna not really get any clients. You need to be between a 5 to like an 8 out of 10 in terms of your writing skills on social media to even stand out, to even like develop enough of a following to actually work with you. Um, I'll put in perspective. So I was writing a blog post every single day on my Facebook profile. And with that, I think I only made about like 30 or 40K with those written posts I was doing every single year, the first year I was doing it. I switched over to start posting videos. Oh my gosh, that number just drove up so much faster. And it was all because people just like you, they can trust you, they can understand you, they can relate to you, and then they want to support you, right? So I'll give you an example, right? So a therapist that's specializing in stress management can post daily on like Instagram stories about self-care strategies, along with like maybe a weekly like therapist answers video. And over time, people will start actually DMing you to ask about your therapy sessions and getting like rate quotes and just like reaching out. So it's like it's super, super effective when you get it right. The third thing you can do is you can actually start using lead magnets. So that's like offer like free resources to build trust. So most potential clients are not ready to book a session like the first time they see you. They need to feel more confident in their choice of like potentially working with you. So a lead magnet is a free resource you can use that can actually help people take that first step. So I almost like to think of it as like you're trading a helpful guide or resource or article or video or something that they can kind of utilize to take baby steps towards fixing their situation. And then what they do is they give you some piece of content information. Now, Really important thing is that if they're not your client yet, the compliance issue is a little bit different. If they're already paying you money, it's a little bit different. You have to make sure you're using HIPAA compliant like storage or CRM to be able to do that. But if they're not your clients, it's not the exact same thing, at least for most cases. Now, if you're trying to collect someone's social security number and their credit card number, and your lead magnet, that's a little different. But if you're just giving something away for free in exchange for an email, just make sure you have a really good CRM or a good practice management software. We can talk about different ones inside of different videos, like what we use, but at least in the beginning. So, for let's say an example, you can either do a quick, like, simple guide, checklist, or quiz related to your niche, right? You could make a quiz where it's like 10 signs or 10 questions that you need to get help with your anxiety, or you need help with your stress, or help with not being overwhelmed, or stress with depression, et cetera, right? I oftentimes like to exchange it for an email. You might see some people online that are exchanging it for like an email and a phone number. I don't like the phone number route because like I'm not gonna like you could text them. It's just gonna cost a bit more, right? Because like you have to get a CRM that can handle costs, and then you have to make sure it's like compliant. It's just yeah, it's just a lot, right? But if instead of it's like an email even in itself, that can be effective, but now you have to start writing emails. What I actually like doing instead is I like doing like online groups and online communities. So I like Facebook groups, I like school groups, circle groups. Those are the main ones that you can do because then like rather than having like store someone's contact information, they just basically come and like sign up for like your group, and then you're able to like do the same post you would do on your business profile or your business page. You can do that inside of the groups, and you're able to keep building this like brand, and just it's just so much easier, right? And then you can also like eventually when you get to a certain status, you can post like advertisements that are called retargeting ads to get people who are already inside of your existing audience to see you more often. So for example, I cut down the posting that I was doing inside of one of my Facebook groups because I just didn't want to post every single day. I didn't want to have to make a billion videos and then I want to like do a bunch of written stuff. So instead, I spent anywhere between like $1 to $5 per day to post videos that I had in the past and written posts I made in the past to go back to those people over and over again until they're ready to like purchase or until they're like pull the trigger with me. And it's so effective, right? Cool. And that makes it easier because remember it's very similar. Like lead magnet kind of ties in the whole strategy of like the social media and the SEO website, right? Because oftentimes they're gonna be on social media. They're gonna see your post or your video or whatever that's promoting the lead magnet. The lead magnet's gonna be stored on their website, which they're going to be like giving their email or joining whatever community that you already have, right? But then since you already have the social media strategy, it allows you to follow up with people that just opted into your lead magnet without adding extra workload to your day, to your life, or whatever you're doing. So it's very time efficient. I'm really big on time efficient. How can I take one unit of time and multiply it three, five, six, seven, eight, nine different ways that I can utilize it so I can keep scaling and scaling and scaling even when like my caseload gets bigger, or if I'm just like, doing a lot of work that week, or if I'm going on vacation. If I'm going on vacation, I do not want my content sequence to stop just because I'm not physically there. So I have to make sure that I have ways to kind of get around that. Cool. An example of using a lead magnet could be like maybe your therapist who helps like high stress professionals create a free like maybe you create like a free burnout recovery guide in a PDF format, and then basically you offer it on your website, and like you can either do it on your website, your Instagram bio, or your Facebook bio. And basically people will click it and they can go and submit their email address to basically go and receive the guide and then start getting some more of your like marketing, some more of your literature. And eventually they'll become a paid client with you. Awesome. So if you ever want some help doing some of the stuff we talked about today, like maybe you've been trying to do this for your practice, or you've heard about things like lead magnets, or you heard that you should be on social media, but it's just overwhelming. Like, what should you post? How much should you post? What should you do with your website? Like, why are people not working with you? How should you price? How should you present your price for your private pay services? If you want help with any of that stuff, this is all the stuff we cover inside of our mentorship program. We basically walk you through the step-by-step steps that me and my partner basically use to go and get to six figures inside of our private practice. Now, if that's something you think would have some like help and some benefit to you, go ahead and click the link inside the description above or below the video to book a call with myself to see if I can help you inside of our mentorship program. Okay? Awesome. So just to summarize, so most people and most therapists struggle to attract private pay clients online because they aren't easily found. The key to fixing this is number one, having an SEO optimized website to make sure that your site ranks on Google for your niche and your location. Number two is make sure you have a very strong and consistent social media presence that allows you to be able to post consistently, focus on educational content that builds trust. And then thirdly, make sure you start having some lead magnets, which is just basically offering free resources that capture the intention of the potential clients. And then you basically will nurture them over time using the steps from one and two, the social media and the SEO website, to nurture these leads until they want to work with you. If you implement these, your ideal clients won't just find you, they'll also book with you and they'll sign up with you. Okay? Have a good rest of your day. Take it easy. Have a good one.